Waking up was a lesson in sensory overload. I wasn't in a hospital, I was floating. The medium was thick, oxygenated liquid, slightly more viscous than water, glowing with a faint bioluminescent hum. I breathed, and instead of choking, I felt a cool, tingling sensation rush through gills that now slit the sides of my neck. I panicked, thrashing, my limbs striking the curved glass of a containment cylinder. Calm yourself. The command came from everywhere and nowhere, vibrating through the liquid. I froze, looking through the distortion of the glass and the fluid. I was in a room that looked like the inside of a geode, dark, crystalline walls, lit only by the ambient glow of water channels running through the floor and ceiling. And she was there. T-589 T5 sat on a stone ledge, her massive tail coiled loosely around the base of my tank. She was cleaning a weapon, a spear-like rifle, but her crimson eyes were fixed on me. You survived the burn, she said, her voice muffled by the glass but clear in my mind. Most humans die, their hearts burst. I looked down at myself. I was longer. My skin was a pale, pearlescent gray. My legs were still separate, but my feet were long, webbed flippers. My hands were clawed. I felt powerful, yet incredibly small in her presence. Where am I? I tried to speak. The sound traveled through the water, metallic and distorted. Logistics Zone 4, my personal quarters, she replied, setting the weapon aside. She stood up, unfolding her 5.7-meter frame. My tank was large, but she dwarfed it. She approached the glass, placing a hand against it. Her palm covered my entire torso. You are unauthorized biology. If I take you to the medical bay, they will dissect you to see why the enzyme mutated you so quickly. So you are here. You're hiding me. I am observing you. Her eyes narrowed, the crimson glow pulsing. You smell confusing. I smell pheromones, she stated as if speaking to a child. The enzyme rewrites your chemical signature to match the Thalassari. Usually a converted human smells like static, empty noise, but you, she leaned closer, her nose slit flaring. You smell like the deep trenches, like pressure, like a challenge. She pressed a sequence of lights on the side of the tank. The fluid began to drain, lowering slowly. What are you doing? I asked, gripping the edges of the floor grating as the liquid level dropped past my chest. The tank is for stabilization. You need exposure to air to harden your new epidermis. If you stay submerged too long, your skin will slough off. The liquid drained away, leaving me shivering, naked and dripping on the metal grate. The glass cylinder hissed and slid open. The air in the room was cold and smelled of heavy salt and her. I stepped out, my legs wobbling. I was taller than before, maybe 7 feet now, but she still loomed over me like a skyscraper. I felt an instinctive urge to kneel, a biological submission wire trip in my new brain. She circled me, her tail, thick as a tree trunk, dragged behind her with a sound like sandpaper on stone. Look at me, she ordered. I looked up at the scars on her abdomen, the swell of her breasts hidden beneath the mesh of her dark uniform, up to her face. Why did you do it? She asked softly. You had freedom, you had comfort. I didn't want to be left behind, I admitted, my voice rasping in the open air, and curiosity. Curiosity, she repeated the word from our first meeting. She reached out, one clawed finger tracing the line of my jaw. The tip was sharp enough to slice me open, but she was impossibly gentle. You are small, fragile, but your heart beats with the rhythm of a leviathan. It is disturbing. Suddenly a wave of heat hit me, not the painful heat of the transformation, but a throbbing, magnetic pull. It radiated from her. My knees buckled and I fell forward. She caught me effortlessly. Her skin was cold, but where we touched, it felt like electricity. She froze, her crimson eyes widened, the glow intensifying until it was almost blinding. A low, guttural growl started deep in her chest, vibrating against my body. It wasn't aggression, it was something older. No, she whispered, sounding almost afraid. This is impossible. A convert cannot trigger the resonance. Resonance, I gasped, clutching her forearms to stay upright. She shoved me back, not violently, but firmly creating distance. She looked at her own hands, then at me, her expression shifting from confusion to a predatory hunger that made my blood run cold. You should have stayed in the tank, Sebastian, she hissed, backing away into the shadows of the room. You have no idea what you have just awakened.
Want to keep the flame ignited without having to wait for the next part? You can find the full, tantalizing tale on our main page. See the link in the description.